Chapter 7. Rebuilding Together, Restoring Trust and Intimacy. 7.1 Rebuilding Trust and Honesty in Tandem. Trust is the foundation of any strong relationship, and its restoration is crucial for couples who are working to overcome infidelity. Rebuilding trust is a process that requires patience, commitment, and consistent effort from both partners. Trust, once broken, cannot be instantly returned to its original state, but must be grown slowly like a delicate plant, nurtured by truthfulness and reliability. The process of rebuilding trust begins with a clear and unwavering decision by both partners to invest in the relationship. This decision signifies not only a desire to mend what has been damaged, but also a commitment to building new patterns of interaction based on mutual respect and transparency. Honesty is a companion to trust, and they must be rebuilt together, as just as a building with one weak wall is likely to collapse, so too is a relationship with one partner who is not fully honest. Both partners must display a renewed dedication to speaking the truth, even when it is uncomfortable or challenging. This involves sharing feelings, fears, and weaknesses, as well as expectations moving forward. Establishing a new precedent for honesty means becoming more self-aware and reflective, an active process that involves frequent check-ins with oneself and with one's partner. Those who have been unfaithful must demonstrate through both words and actions that they are willing to be transparent about their thoughts and activities. Communication is the vessel that carries honesty and trust forward. It is not enough to feel a certain way. Partners must be able to convey their emotions effectively. This involves expressing oneself clearly and listening with empathy. Both partners must be prepared to discuss things openly, but also to engage in dialogues that are conducive to understanding one another instead of creating further conflict. It is helpful to set aside dedicated times to communicate, free from distractions, so that both individuals can really hear and process what the other is saying. Over time, these interactions can help to rebuild confidence in each other's intentions and the direction of the relationship. When past actions have damaged trust, it may not be beneficial to continually bring up these actions during discussions. Instead, it's important to establish boundaries and guidelines for conversations that focus on present emotions and future objectives. This does not mean ignoring the infidelity or pretending it did not happen. It means actively choosing to move the narrative toward repair and growth. Partners can foster trust by bearing in mind that the objective is to support each other in healing, not to use discussions as opportunities for punishment or guilt. Forgiveness is an integral part of rebuilding trust, and it is something that must occur at the individual level before it can truly affect the relationship. Forgiveness is not a one-off event, but a repeated choice made every time the hurt resurfaces. It involves letting go of the desire for retribution or clinging to the past, and instead, looking toward the potential for a shared future. To forgive is not to condone the act of infidelity, but to accept what has occurred and to relinquish the burden of anger and resentment that can prevent the rebuilding process. Both partners must also recognize the importance of patience throughout this process. Trust cannot be rebuilt overnight, and there will be moments of setback and frustration. Accepting that the path to trust is not linear allows for a more realistic and less stressful process. It is common for the injured partner to experience waves of distrust, triggered by memories or fears, which need to be worked through patiently and steadfastly. The offending partner must understand that healing is complex and be sympathetic to the feelings of their partner, while also taking ongoing and consistent actions to demonstrate their trustworthiness. Restoring intimacy is closely tied to rebuilding trust, for it is difficult to be physically or emotionally close with someone in whom we do not have confidence. Intimacy is rebuilt through small, continuous steps rather than grand gestures. Establishing new rituals of connection, such as regular date nights or shared hobbies, can begin to weave a new fabric of companionship and closeness. These efforts signal a recommitment to not only staying together, but growing together, thereby strengthening the emotional bonds that may have been weakened by the betrayal. A significant factor in re-establishing intimacy is the rebuilding of safety within the relationship. Both partners must feel as though they can be vulnerable with one another, without the fear of being hurt or judged. This requires the creation of an environment where both partners feel respected and understood. A non-judgmental attitude, coupled with compassionate listening, can go a long way in making both individuals feel secure enough to share their innermost thoughts and feelings, which in turn foments deeper levels of intimacy. Professional help can play a central role in the journey of rebuilding trust and intimacy. Therapists or counselors trained in managing the aftermath of infidelity can provide guidance, teach coping mechanisms, and help establish communication and understanding. They can act as neutral third parties who facilitate dialogue and can help to uncover subtle dynamics that may be impacting the relationship's recovery. Professional support is especially beneficial when partners find themselves stuck or when the usual patterns of communication seem to lead to recurring conflicts. Ultimately, the process of rebuilding trust and honesty is a proactive and intentional journey that both partners must be willing to undertake. It is a journey of transformation where the goal is not to return to the pre-infidelity state, but to forge a new relationship that is more resilient and informed by the lessons learned from the experience of betrayal. Trust and honesty are not restored through wishful thinking, but through an everyday commitment to show up for each other, to demonstrate through consistent actions the sincerity of one's intent, and to collectively work towards a future that reflects the deepest values of both partners. Through this painstaking and committed approach, a strengthened bond can emerge, one characterized by a deeper understanding and a firmer grasp of what it means to be in a relationship defined by honesty, respect, and unwavering trust. 7.2 Restoring Emotional Intimacy. Rebuilding emotional intimacy after an episode of infidelity is a challenging and often lengthy process. It involves the hard work of both partners to reconnect on a deeply personal level. This requires consistent and open communication, rebuilding trust, understanding each other's emotional needs, demonstrating a profound commitment to the relationship, and fostering empathy. It is important to recognize that restoring emotional intimacy is not just about returning to the state of connection that existed before, but rather building a new, stronger foundation for the future. The initiation of the rebuilding process often begins with a decision to commit to the relationship. This commitment must be mutual and is typically demonstrated through actions rather than just words. Both partners must express their willingness to engage in open dialogue and address the underlying issues that may have contributed to the infidelity. It is a time that necessitates a reevaluation of individual needs, desires, and expectations within the framework of the relationship. This step is crucial, as it lays the groundwork for all subsequent efforts to restore emotional intimacy. Open, honest, and sometimes painful conversations are a key component of restoring emotional intimacy. These discussions require a balance of speaking and listening, whereby partners take turns sharing their thoughts and feelings without interruption or judgment. The aim here is not to apportion blame, but rather to understand each other's emotional experiences related to the infidelity. Using "I feel" statements can help to communicate emotions without causing the other partner to become defensive. Additionally, the willingness to talk about difficult topics can demonstrate vulnerability and build emotional closeness. Trust is the cornerstone of emotional intimacy, and once broken, is one of the most difficult aspects to rebuild. Regaining trust involves consistent and reliable behavior over time. The partner who committed the infidelity must demonstrate through actions that they are trustworthy. This could include sharing passwords to electronic devices, checking in during times apart, and following through on agreed-upon actions. It is equally important for the other partner to work on forgiving and allowing space for trust to grow, without constantly reliving the past. Both partners must learn to understand each other's emotional needs in deeper detail than before. Each must actively listen to and validate the other's feelings. It is not enough to simply know what your partner needs. There must be a genuine effort to meet those needs within reason. For the partner who has been betrayed, this could include needing additional reassurance of being valued, while the unfaithful partner may need understanding and support to face their guilt and shame. Processing and managing emotions such as anger, hurt, and betrayal is important for both partners. The partner who was betrayed may experience a roller coaster of emotions, and they need a safe space to express and work through them. The unfaithful partner should be patient and present through this process, demonstrating empathy and understanding. Seeking the assistance of a therapist or counselor can provide tools and strategies for managing these emotions constructively. Empathy plays a critical role in restoring emotional intimacy. Each partner must make a genuine attempt to understand and feel what the other is going through. The unfaithful partner needs to acknowledge the pain caused by their actions and show remorse. The betrayed partner must try to understand what led to their partner's infidelity without justifying the action. It is an emotionally demanding task, but it is essential to rebuild a connection. It is often useful to establish new relationship boundaries or agreements. These can include setting aside time for regular check-ins, creating rules around interactions with certain individuals, or specifying what behaviors are acceptable. By defining these together, both partners have a clear understanding of what is expected of them and can feel more secure as they move forward. Rebuilding emotional intimacy also means reigniting the affection and passion that may have diminished. This might involve making a concerted effort to show appreciation for each other, planning date nights to spend quality time together, and remembering to express love and attraction. Physical touch, like hugging, cuddling, or holding hands, can be powerful in re-establishing a physical connection. However, it is critical that both partners are comfortable and willing to engage in such closeness, as pressure can be counterproductive. Long-term healing and restoration of emotional intimacy also have to address the personal growth of both individuals. Each partner should take time for self-reflection to understand their own needs and desires better, as well as to evaluate how they contribute to the relationship's dynamics. Personal development outside the relationship, through hobbies, friendships, or individual counseling, can significantly contribute to the overall health of the partnership. The journey to restoring emotional intimacy after infidelity takes time and may not follow a linear path. Patience and resilience will be necessary traits for both partners. There may be setbacks and tough days when emotions run high, but such challenges can be faced as a united front when both individuals are committed to the healing process. This commitment and the steps taken to foster emotional intimacy can lay a new, stronger foundation for a lasting relationship. It is in the everyday choices, gestures, and conversations that the newly forged bond will be nurtured and tested, with the ultimate goal being a partnership with renewed trust, intimacy, and understanding. 7.3 Reconnecting physically after betrayal. Re-establishing physical intimacy after an instance of infidelity can be a challenging and delicate process for any couple. The betrayal can significantly affect the betrayed partner's desire for physical closeness, which is typically rooted in emotional connection. Before any physical reconnection can occur, it is essential for both partners to engage in open and honest communication about their feelings, needs, and boundaries. This dialogue can help in understanding the ramifications of the betrayal and in setting expectations for moving forward. The rebuilding of physical intimacy should not be rushed. It must be a gradual process that respects the comfort levels of both individuals. The journey to rekindling physical intimacy often starts with the rebuilding of trust. Trust is the foundation for emotional and physical security, which enables vulnerability and connection. It can be established through consistent, reliable actions over time, and by demonstrating transparency and commitment to the relationship's healing. Small gestures and assurances can play a significant role in rebuilding a sense of security, which in turn may ease the way back to physical closeness. Trust-building exercises or counseling may also provide structured opportunities to foster trust and communication between partners. It is also essential for the couple to deepen their emotional intimacy before proceeding to physical reconnection. Engaging in shared activities, offering emotional support, and spending quality time together can foster a sense of companionship and understanding. Emotional intimacy serves as a platform from where physical intimacy can begin to re-emerge. Additionally, relearning about each other's evolving emotional landscapes can provide the insights needed to support a more meaningful physical connection. Forgiveness is an influential factor in the healing process, yet it is one of the most complex steps to work through. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting the infidelity or condoning it. Rather, it is an internal process that the betrayed partner goes through to release resentment and pain. While forgiveness primarily benefits the individual who was wronged, it also plays a crucial role in the couple's ability to move forward towards physical closeness. Notably, forgiveness is a personal journey and can only be decided upon by the individual who experienced the harm. When a couple feels ready to explore physical intimacy again, they should begin with forms of affection that do not necessarily lead to sexual contact. Holding hands, hugging, and other gentle touches can help to rebuild a physical connection without the pressure of sexual performance or the complexity of deeper physical engagement. Such non-sexual physical contact can nurture a sense of connection, warmth, and safety between partners, which are essential for the progression towards a restored sexual relationship. It might be beneficial to redefine sexual intimacy by starting anew and exploring desires and boundaries as if for the first time. Consideration of each other's needs and the creation of a safe, non-judgmental space for expression can facilitate a comfortable environment where physical connection can flourish. This might involve discussing preferences, past positive experiences together, and any new aspects one or both might like to explore. It may encompass setting aside dedicated time for physical connection or trying new approaches to intimacy, such as massage or other forms of physical play, that can reignite a sense of discovery and pleasure. During the process of re-establishing physical intimacy, it is important to manage expectations. Both partners should acknowledge that the journey may have setbacks and that the emotions associated with physical intimacy may be unpredictable. Physical closeness post-infidelity is not about returning to the way things were, but about creating a new form of intimacy that respects the current state of the relationship. Patience and understanding from both individuals are paramount, as is the acceptance that rediscovering a sexual relationship will take time and may look different from before. Seeking professional help, such as therapy with a certified sex therapist or a couples counselor, can provide a supportive framework for addressing issues around physical intimacy. A professional can guide the couple through exercises designed to improve communication, facilitate emotional safety, and navigate the complexities associated with physical connection. Therapy can also help individuals address any personal issues related to self-esteem or sexual self-image that may have been impacted by the infidelity. At times, one or both partners may experience sexual dysfunction or disinterest as a result of the emotional turmoil from infidelity. This is not uncommon and can be addressed through patience, compassion, and, if necessary, medical consultation. Problems like erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation, or lack of sexual desire are often symptomatic of deeper emotional distress and can improve with therapy and emotional healing. It is critical not to attribute these issues solely to physical causes, but to consider the psychological impact of the betrayal and its resolution. Couples who successfully navigate the delicate journey of re-establishing physical intimacy often find that they have not only restored their sexual relationship, but have also strengthened their emotional bond. This process can lead to a deeper understanding of each other and a renewed commitment to the relationship. By approaching each step with care, patience, and mutual support, couples have the opportunity to forge a path to restored intimacy that is informed by the lessons of the past and a shared vision for their future together. Ultimately, physical reconnection after betrayal is not a linear process. It involves ongoing communication, mutual effort, and an unwavering focus on the health of the relationship. It combines the vulnerability of both partners with their collective strength, allowing them to build a renewed sexual connection that is grounded in a more profound sense of trust and emotional intimacy. With time, forgiveness, and work, couples can rediscover physical closeness that reflects a new chapter in their relationship, one founded on resilience and a deeper understanding of what it means to choose each other every day. 7.4 Developing new patterns in the relationship. Rebuilding a relationship after infidelity involves more than just a return to the way things were. It requires a transformation, a reconstitution of the partnership with new rules, understanding, and patterns of behavior that foster, rather than erode, trust and intimacy. When both partners are committed to this transformation, they establish a platform for sustainable progress. Developing new patterns in a relationship can be challenging because it often involves breaking deeply ingrained habits and emotions. This process represents not just a change in actions, but also a shift in understanding and communicating with each other. For the partners to create and sustain these new patterns, they must begin with open, honest, and frequent communication. This goes beyond the cliché of "talk about your feelings." Communication in this context must be strategic, purposeful, and aimed at building understanding. Each partner should express their emotions, concerns, and desires without fear of judgment or retaliation. Both partners ought to feel heard and validated, even if there is disagreement. They should work toward identifying the underlying issues that might have contributed to the initial breach of trust, discussing ways to avoid potential pitfalls moving forward. Building new patterns requires a clear assessment of the old ones that may have contributed to the problem. Couples need to look critically at their routines, behaviors, and interactions that might have created distance or misunderstandings between them. They may find that long work hours, lack of quality time together, or neglecting to express appreciation for one another contributed to feelings of neglect or resentment. Recognizing these patterns is the first step, followed by a concerted effort to change them. This might mean setting aside guaranteed time for each other, establishing regular date nights, or making a daily habit of expressing gratitude to one another. Learning new strategies for conflict resolution is crucial. Misunderstandings and disagreements are natural, but it is the way those conflicts are handled that can strengthen or weaken trust. Partners should craft a respectful approach to disagree. This might mean setting rules like not raising voices, not interrupting, or not using accusatory language. It is also beneficial to learn to pause disagreements before they escalate, and to agree to resume the conversation when both partners are calmer. Resilience in the face of conflict can be bolstered by adopting a teamwork mindset. Couples should view challenges as something they face together, rather than opponents battling against one another. This approach reframes problems as external to the relationship rather than intrinsic to it. In this light, partners can unite against issues, collaborate on solutions, and encourage each other through the process, further solidifying their bond. New patterns in intimacy are equally important. This is not limited to physical intimacy, but also includes emotional and intellectual connections. Partners must learn to be emotionally present, to engage in each other's lives actively, and to express their affections in meaningful ways. Rebuilding a sexual relationship after infidelity can be complex and requires patience and sensitivity to each other's needs and boundaries. Couples may need to gradually re-establish physical connection, possibly with the guidance of a couples therapist or sex therapist. Financial transparency can play a critical role in restoring trust. In many relationships, monetary issues can be a major source of contention. If financial indiscretion played a part in the infidelity, or if the infidelity has led to a lack of trust in all areas, addressing this openly is critical. This might involve creating a shared budget, providing complete access to financial statements, or scheduling regular discussions about money. Incorporating continuous growth and learning into the relationship can provide new and shared experiences that strengthen the partnership. Couples may choose to pick up new hobbies, learn a new language together, or attend workshops or seminars. These activities can inject excitement and joy into the relationship, while simultaneously offering opportunities for personal growth and bonding. Forging new traditions or rituals can also provide a sense of stability and connection. These might include annual vacations, regular family game nights, or a special way of celebrating personal milestones. Such customs can create a unique relationship culture that is deeply personal and meaningful to both partners. Lastly, committing to individual growth is just as important as the work done together. Each partner must take responsibility for their own emotional well-being and personal development. This can include pursuing individual therapy, engaging in self-care practices, or setting personal goals. By becoming healthier individuals, both can contribute more to the relationship and be better able to live up to the new patterns they are striving to establish. Working on creating new patterns in a relationship after an affair is a deliberate and detailed process. It requires patience, dedication, and a strong commitment from both partners. Through intentional actions, honest communication, and a willingness to adapt and grow, couples can not only recover from infidelity, but also create a stronger, more resilient foundation for their future together. 7.5 Ensuring transparency and openness. Restoring trust in the wake of infidelity requires a comprehensive approach, where transparency and openness take center stage. For many couples, the discovery of an affair triggers a profound crisis, one characterized by shattered trust and heightened suspicions. To mend the relationship, both partners must commit to a new level of honesty. This means the partner who committed the infidelity must be forthcoming about their actions, taking responsibility for the betrayal, and providing their partner with the information needed to begin the healing process. They should be willing to answer questions and provide clarification when doubts arise, understanding that their partner's need for information is a crucial step in rebuilding trust. The partner who has been betrayed, conversely, should strive to communicate their needs, emotions, and boundaries effectively. It's essential that they express what they need to know to move forward and negotiate how this information is shared and discussed. Setting ground rules for these exchanges can help prevent them from devolving into counterproductive confrontation. It's important to establish a regular time and space for these discussions, so both partners feel safe and prepared for the potentially difficult conversations ahead. Being proactive in seeking and offering information can help alleviate misunderstandings and preempt the fears that can arise from uncertainty. Transparency also extends to daily interactions and sharing of personal information. This means giving access to emails, phone messages, and social media if such access is necessary to rebuild trust. Privacy is important, but it must be balanced with the betrayed partner's need for reassurance. Openness in this context means living an open book lifestyle where there is nothing to hide, and where actions are predictable and understandable. Through this increased transparency, the partner who committed the infidelity demonstrates their commitment to rebuilding the relationship and their willingness to be held accountable. Actions such as sharing whereabouts, informing about plans in advance, and inviting questions about new acquaintances are all part of creating an atmosphere of openness. Such behaviors can be instrumental in showing the partner who was betrayed that their feelings are respected, and that the other is actively trying to rebuild the broken trust. It is not about constant surveillance or control, but rather about voluntarily offering information that might bring comfort and promote trust. The key is for this transparency to be mutual and genuinely intended to improve the partnership, rather than as a punitive measure. The couple might also choose to establish new routines or rituals that encourage connection and openness. Whether it's a couple's hobby, regular date nights, or simply a daily debrief about each other's day, these new practices can serve as a foundation for ongoing communication. Consistently engaging in joint activities where both partners are present and engaged with each other can also reinforce a sense of unity and shared life that may have been damaged by the infidelity. These shared experiences allow for moments of joy and bonding that can gradually restore intimacy. Engaging in counseling or therapy together can be an important aspect of ensuring transparency. A trained therapist can help the couple navigate their communication challenges and establish a framework for transparency that is tailored to their unique relationship. Therapy sessions offer a neutral and supportive environment to discuss difficult topics and to learn strategies for effective and honest communication. Additionally, it provides a setting where the betrayed partner can openly express their pain, and the partner who committed the infidelity can acknowledge that pain and show empathy. Financial transparency is another critical aspect of openness that couples must address in the aftermath of infidelity. Money can be a significant stressor in relationships, and hidden accounts or unexplained expenses can exacerbate trust issues. Therefore, full disclosure of financial information, decisions, and struggles is important. Constructive discussions about finances and mutually agreed upon budgeting or spending strategies can forge stronger bonds and a sense of teamwork between partners. Another critical element of transparency is the willingness to share feelings and emotional experiences. Both partners should feel free to express their fears, hopes, and disappointments without judgment. The partner who was unfaithful should demonstrate an understanding of the emotional impact of their actions and continually express remorse. By showing empathy and allowing vulnerability, both parties can advance towards emotional reconnection. Lastly, couples should recognize that transparency and openness are not one-time actions, but ongoing commitments. Trust is rebuilt over time through consistent and sustained efforts. Both partners must remain vigilant against reverting to past patterns of secrecy or avoidance. They need to maintain their commitment to talking honestly about their feelings, actions, and plans. Openness in the relationship can encourage a culture of mutual respect and understanding, which in turn can foster a more resilient and fulfilling partnership over the long term. While rebuilding trust through transparency and openness can be challenging, it offers the opportunity for a couple to emerge stronger than before. The process involves setting aside egos and committing to genuine communication. What is required is not unconditional trust, but the willingness to work towards the possibility of trust. As they journey through the restoration process, the couple might discover depths of resilience and compassion they had not previously realized. The effort to rebuild together can thus lead not only to the restoration of trust and intimacy, but also to a deeper, more profound connection between partners. 7.6 Re-establishing commitment post-affair. Re-establishing commitment after an affair is a process that can be fraught with emotional difficulty and requires a significant amount of effort from both partners in a relationship. It is essential to understand that infidelity fundamentally alters the dynamics of a relationship, and rebuilding that relationship requires recognizing and addressing these changes. The process of recommitting to a partner after an affair involves several important steps, beginning with the decision to invest in the relationship anew and the willingness to forge a path forward together. The initial step towards re-establishing commitment involves a candid evaluation of the relationship. This assessment should involve introspection and a mutual understanding that the past cannot be changed. Both partners need to express their feelings and experiences, how the affair has impacted them, and what they each need moving forward. It is during this phase that the partner who had the affair must demonstrate genuine remorse and the willingness to make amends. Simultaneously, the betrayed partner should communicate their emotions without assigning blame, focusing on their feelings rather than on the accusatory aspects. A key aspect of commitment is establishing a new, shared vision for the future of the relationship. This entails setting joint goals and expectations that align with the values and needs of both partners. Coming to a common understanding about what each partner views as essential to the sustainability of the relationship establishes a foundation upon which trust can be rebuilt. Couples may find that their priorities have shifted, and aligning these new priorities is crucial in crafting a relationship that feels gratifying for both individuals. Transparent communication plays a critical role in the journey towards renewed commitment. This means not only discussing the circumstances surrounding the affair, but also engaging in open dialogues about desires, fears, insecurities, and boundaries. Consistent and honest communication helps to rebuild trust, as it shows that both partners are willing to partake in the vulnerability that fosters intimacy. By creating a space where difficult conversations can take place without judgment, partners foster an environment where healing and understanding can occur. The process of re-establishing commitment also entails rebuilding trust, which is typically the most time-intensive phase. Trust is rebuilt through consistent actions over time, along with the betrayed partner's willingness to grant the opportunity for trust to grow. The unfaithful partner must be dependable, follow through with promises, and show that they have the interests of the relationship at heart. trust resurgence also benefits from the creation of new memories and shared experiences that help to reframe the relationship narrative beyond the affair. Couples aiming to recommit must engage with damaged intimacy and work together to rekindle physical and emotional closeness. Intimacy post-affair can be fragile, and it often requires new approaches to connection to avoid the negative associations that may now be present. This may include exploring new activities together, engaging in couples therapy, or simply dedicating time to learn about each other anew. Through this, partners can tactilely build the emotions and bonds that signify a committed relationship. For commitment to be fully re-established, both parties must recognize and accept their own roles in the relationship's dynamics, including any contributing factors that may have created a context in which the affair occurred. Acknowledging these elements is not about assigning blame, but is crucial in understanding the vulnerabilities within the relationship. Through this recognition, both partners can actively work to address and reinforce these areas to prevent future betrayals. Forgiveness is an individual journey and a pivotal aspect of rebuilding a committed relationship. It involves letting go of anger and hurt to move forward. Forgiveness is not a declaration that the affair was acceptable, nor does it mean the pain has vanished. It is, instead, a conscious decision not to let the affair define the relationship entirely. The act of forgiving can be beneficial for both partners, as it often liberates the emotional space needed for genuine healing and a fresh start. Setting new boundaries can also help in re-establishing commitment. Boundaries can help protect the relationship by defining clear limits and expectations. Both partners should partake in defining these boundaries to ensure they resonate with their comfort levels and relationship goals. Boundaries can include agreements on transparency, communication practices, or specific actions that each partner finds necessary for maintaining the health of the relationship. Finally, the process of re-establishing commitment post-affair requires maintenance and ongoing effort. Even after trust and intimacy have been restored to a degree, relationships need continual nurturing to remain strong. This means regularly checking in with each other, acknowledging growth, and continuing to work on relationship skills such as conflict resolution and empathy. Perseverance through setbacks and persistent commitment to the growth of the relationship can coalesce into a stronger bond than ever before. The journey of recommitting to a partner after infidelity is neither straightforward nor easy. It is a complex process that varies widely among couples, dependent on the specifics of their situation and the individual temperaments involved. However, with dedication, empathy, and a shared goal of a renewed future together, many couples find it possible to not only re-establish commitment, but also to enrich their partnership in ways they may not have anticipated before the crisis. 7.7 Role of rituals and shared activities in healing. Rituals and shared activities can play a central role in the process of healing from infidelity. After the discovery of an affair, the trust that forms the foundation of a relationship is deeply shaken or broken altogether. Rebuilding this trust requires consistent effort from both partners, and integrating shared rituals and activities into daily life is an instrumental strategy. Rituals, in this context, refer to recurring behaviors or ceremonies that are significant to both partners, acknowledging their history and the bond they share. These can include daily practices such as sharing meals, weekly date nights, participating in religious or spiritual ceremonies, or annual traditions such as holiday celebrations or family vacations. Establishing new rituals after infidelity can serve as a powerful signal of commitment to the future of the relationship. It allows both individuals to actively participate in defining what their relationship is becoming, rather than what it has been. By engaging in activities that they both find meaningful, partners can create positive experiences that reinforce their emotional connection. These shared experiences not only nurture the relationship, but also provide opportunities to communicate in a non-confrontational setting, potentially leading to deeper understanding and empathy. As the couple engages in these rituals, they build a new history together, which helps to contextualize the affair within a broader narrative of their relationship. Instead of the infidelity defining the entirety of their shared story, it becomes one part of a larger tapestry. Positive and recurring shared experiences create a sense of continuity, mitigating the disruptive nature of the affair. Over time, these rituals and activities can become cherished parts of the relationship, signifying both the strength and resilience of the couple's bond. Participation in joint activities facilitates the rebuilding of intimacy. The act of doing things together, such as taking dance lessons, attending workshops, or engaging in mutual hobbies, can help to re-establish the sense of teamwork and partnership that may have been lost. These activities create an environment that encourages vulnerability and openness, providing a safe space where partners can express their fears, hopes, and dreams. By investing energy into building new memories, the couple can move beyond their past hurt towards a more hopeful future. Some couples may find refuge in the predictability that rituals bring to their relationship, especially when everything else seems uncertain. The routine and structure that these practices provide can offer comfort during a tumultuous time. When trust is in short supply, knowing that one can rely on certain activities occurring regularly can help restore a sense of normalcy and security. Over time, this reliability can help in re-establishing the trust that each partner will follow through on their commitment to both the ritual and the relationship. Rituals can also serve as opportunities for reassurance. After an affair, it is common for the betrayed partner to seek frequent reassurances of commitment and devotion. Simple daily rituals like always kissing goodbye before work or saying "I love you" at the end of a phone call can be powerful affirmations. While seemingly small, it is the consistency and genuineness of these actions that can help reassure the partner of the commitment to the healing process. In cases where couples have children, establishing family rituals is crucial to restoring a sense of unity. When infidelity occurs, not only is the couple's relationship strained, the family dynamic can also suffer. By emphasizing family rituals, such as game nights, outings, or shared meal preparation, the couple reinforces the idea that they can work together as co-parents and partners for the well-being of their family. This not only models healthy relationship dynamics for the children, but also helps the couple to see and act beyond their own relationship issues. Furthermore, shared activities often encourage growth and learning. When both partners in a relationship are willing to step out of their comfort zones and partake in new experiences together, they demonstrate a commitment to individual and mutual growth. This displays a desire not only to repair the damage done by infidelity, but also to enrich and evolve the relationship in positive ways. It becomes a journey of personal and shared discovery, which can redefine the relationship and the individuals within it. However, while rituals and activities are significant, it is essential not to use them to paper over unresolved issues. They should not be employed as a distraction from the core problems that facilitated the infidelity in the first place. Both parties must continue to engage in open and honest dialogue about their feelings, needs, and the progress they are making. Ignoring underlying issues will sabotage the healing process, and the rituals will then lose their meaning and effectiveness. In summary, rituals and shared activities are not just tools to help couples cope with the aftermath of an affair. They are foundational building blocks for a renewed relationship that seeks to emerge stronger. Their power lies in their ability to provide recurring opportunities for closeness, reconnection, and the reaffirmation of the couple's dedication to rebuild their life together. When used thoughtfully and consistently, alongside ongoing communication and therapy if needed, these rituals and activities become important elements of the healing journey, weaving a new narrative of understanding, partnership, and love. 7.8 Managing Triggers and Overcoming Setbacks. Rebuilding a relationship after infidelity is a complex process that involves managing emotional triggers and overcoming setbacks. Triggers are specific stimuli that can cause emotional distress and are often reminders of the infidelity. These can range from certain locations and dates to specific behaviors or words. For instance, the betrayed partner may experience intense emotions when passing by the restaurant where their partner met the affair partner, or during the time of the year when the affair was discovered. Handling these triggers often requires the awareness and cooperation of both partners, with the offending party understanding the need for patience and empathy. Identifying triggers is the first step towards managing them. Partners should converse openly about situations or behaviors that evoke distress. The person who was unfaithful should actively listen and validate their partner's feelings without becoming defensive. This process involves a detailed and often uncomfortable examination of the events and situations leading up to, during, and following the discovery of infidelity. By acknowledging these triggers, both partners can devise strategies to either avoid them or cope with them more effectively. Developing coping strategies is crucial in the context of triggers. Couples can work together on approaches such as breathing exercises, mindfulness techniques, or the use of affirmations to restore a sense of calm when a trigger is encountered. It is important that both partners commit to these strategies and view them as tools for healing rather than as burdens or chores. The unfaithful partner, in particular, must demonstrate ongoing support during the use of these strategies, illustrating a consistent and genuine effort to contribute to the healing process. Communication is indispensable in rebuilding trust. It should be frequent, honest, and transparent, with an emphasis on expressing needs and boundaries. Both partners should agree on what information is shared, including details about daily activities or interactions with others, to avoid misunderstandings and misinformation. Such discussions may be challenging and provoke feelings of vulnerability. However, they create an environment of openness which is integral to rebuilding trust. Empathy plays a vital role in this phase. The unfaithful partner needs to consistently show empathy towards their hurt partner. This means not only acknowledging pain caused by the infidelity, but also actively working to understand it from their partner's perspective. Empathy facilitates a deeper connection and can alleviate some of the emotional turmoil experienced by the betrayed partner. Setbacks are a normal part of the recovery process from infidelity. They can occur due to unexpected triggers or during moments of stress unrelated to the affair. It is important that both partners understand that healing is not a linear process and that setbacks do not mean failure. Instead, they can be seen as opportunities to learn and grow together, reinforcing the coping mechanisms and communication patterns they have been developing. During setbacks, it is also vital to maintain perspective. One setback does not erase all the progress a couple has made. Both partners should acknowledge the work that has been put into the relationship thus far, and use this to motivate continued effort. It can be helpful to reflect on improvements that have been made, and to revisit goals and commitments to the relationship that were established in the aftermath of the affair. Support systems are beneficial during the rebuilding process. This may include friends, family, or professional counselors. External support can provide an outside perspective and additional resources for managing triggers and setbacks. However, it is crucial that the couple maintains boundaries when enlisting outside help, ensuring that private matters remain confidential and that advice received aligns with the couple's shared goals for their relationship. Evaluating progress is an ongoing necessity. Couples may choose to set periodic check-ins to discuss their feelings, the state of their relationship, and any necessary adjustments to their recovery plan. These evaluations can help to recognize persistent issues that may require a different approach or to celebrate the aspects of the relationship that have strengthened through this process. Maintaining hope and fostering a shared vision for the future are also essential. In order to move forward, both partners must believe in the possibility of a renewed and healthy relationship. This vision can guide their decisions and interactions, creating a sense of purpose and direction. A shared future vision not only reflects the potential for healing, but also serves to unite the partners in their efforts to rebuild and enhance their intimacy and trust. In the ongoing effort to recover from infidelity, it is important to acknowledge that managing triggers and overcoming setbacks will take time and effort. Recovery is a testament to a couple's resilience and their commitment to each other. It can also lead to a relationship that is stronger and more honest than before. Through persistent effort, mutual support, and a dedication to growth, couples can navigate the challenges posed by infidelity and emerge with a deeper understanding and connection. 7.9 Celebrating Progress and Relationship Milestones. After a breach of trust such as infidelity, the road to restoring a relationship is fraught with challenges and requires constant commitment from both partners. A key component of this journey is acknowledging and celebrating the progress and milestones achieved along the way. Recognizing positive growth and effort can fortify the relationship's foundation, fostering a culture of appreciation and mutual respect. This section will explore the significance of celebrating progress and relationship milestones in the aftermath of infidelity and provide guidance on how to effectively incorporate such celebrations into the recovery process. When infidelity disrupts the relational stability, the process of rebuilding can often feel daunting and protracted. It becomes vital for partners to take notice of even the smallest advancements in their journey towards reconciliation. The celebration of these milestones is not merely for the purpose of acknowledgement, but serves as reinforcement for the work done and motivation to continue the effort. Milestones can vary widely, from the initial decision to work on the relationship post-breach to successful completion of therapy sessions or the renewal of vows. What is important is that both parties agree on what constitutes a milestone worth noting and celebrating. One of the initial milestones that can be celebrated is the act of forgiveness. This does not necessarily mean forgetting the offense or absolving any responsibility, but rather a conscious decision to move forward without holding on to resentment. Acknowledgement of the emotional labor involved in reaching such a decision is important. This can be celebrated through intimate gestures such as a special dinner, an affirmation of commitment, or symbolic acts that represent the new chapter the couple is embarking upon. It is imperative that such an act is genuine and reflective of the individual personalities and values within the relationship. Open communication perpetuates successful navigation of post-infidelity challenges, and the establishment of new channels of openness is in itself a considerable milestone. Developing a norm of regular check-ins where each partner can express feelings without judgment builds a stronger, more empathetic bond. Accomplishing this level of transparent communication can be celebrated by acknowledging each other's efforts in a heartfelt manner. Taking time to appreciate these moments helps to create a positive association with vulnerability and sharing. Another valuable milestone to recognize is the rekindling of intimacy. Post-infidelity, intimacy can often be one of the most difficult areas to rebuild, as it requires high levels of trust and emotional connection. Celebrating the return of intimate moments reassures both individuals of their emotional security within the relationship. This rekindling should not be rushed or forced. Genuine reconnection is key. Once achieved, partners may choose to mark such progress with something that reflects their renewed closeness, a weekend getaway, or a renewal of their sexual commitment to each other in a manner that feels respectful and loving. Alleviating the underlying issues that may have contributed to the infidelity is also an important milestone. Whether these issues involve personal insecurities, relationship dynamics, or external pressures, confronting and overcoming them is critical. This may incorporate learning new conflict resolution strategies or adopting healthier lifestyle choices that promote well-being within the relationship. Celebrating this could involve throwing a small party or as simple as writing a letter of gratitude to each other, recognizing the individual growth and teamwork which has made overcoming these hurdles possible. The successful integration of new relationship norms and boundaries is a major milestone. After infidelity, renegotiating the terms of the relationship is often necessary. When both partners adhere to these new norms and respect the established boundaries, it's significant progress worthy of recognition. Celebrating this could take the form of revisiting the place where the relationship began, to symbolize the renewal of the commitment under these new terms, echoing the sentiment that the relationship has not only survived but also evolved. Positive feedback loops generated by the habit of celebration can lead to the strengthened resilience of the relationship. When partners come to expect positive reinforcement for their sincere efforts to rebuild trust, they are likely to repeat those behaviors. This continuous loop promotes a healthier relationship dynamic and demonstrates to each other that their hard work is being seen, valued, and does not go unnoticed. Acknowledging relationship anniversaries, especially after infidelity, carries an added layer of significance. It might involve some mixed emotions given the tumultuous history, but these anniversaries symbolize longevity and endurance. Celebrating such anniversaries can be an affirmation of the distance the relationship has traveled from the point of betrayal to the present. This could be commemorated through meaningful traditions or creating new ones that reflect the current state of the relationship and its future direction. Finally, it is crucial that celebrations are not limited to large, distinct milestones. Celebrating small victories along the way can be just as important, as they often compose the incremental steps leading to significant change. Celebrating the consistent performance of a new positive behavior, the successful resolution of a minor dispute, or simply a day without setbacks, encourages both partners to stay the course. While the celebration of progress and relationship milestones is beneficial, it should not overshadow the continuous work required to maintain a healthy relationship. Celebrations are indicative of growth, but they are not the end goal. The overarching aim is to foster a sustained, healthy relationship. As such, while it's crucial to set aside time for celebration, equally important is to return to the commitment to growth and betterment once the celebration is concluded. Repairing a relationship after infidelity is a testament to a couple's strength and dedication to each other. Celebrating the milestones achieved throughout this process is both a reward and a reinforcement of the positive changes made. It is a practice that can catalyze further growth, inspire continued effort, and solidify the gains made towards a happier and more resilient partnership. 7.10 Setting new goals and aspirations for the relationship. Rebuilding a relationship following infidelity involves establishing a shared vision for the future. This vision encapsulates new goals and aspirations that both partners strive to achieve together. Identifying new objectives can help a couple move away from the painful past and create a hopeful trajectory for their relationship. When setting new goals, it is crucial for both partners to have open and honest discussions about their hopes, fears, and expectations. These conversations might involve career ambitions, personal development, or even plans for starting a family. It's essential that both partners are genuinely invested in each other's success and happiness. Creating tangible goals often requires a deep understanding of each partner's values and beliefs. These should be the foundation upon which goals are built, ensuring they are aligned with both partners' core principles. Achievable objectives need to be set, with both short-term milestones and long-term aspirations considered. Short-term goals may focus on rebuilding trust day by day, such as scheduling regular check-ins or date nights to reinforce commitment. Long-term goals could address larger life changes or achievements, like buying a home together or pursuing shared hobbies. Each goal acts as a stepping stone toward a stronger, more resilient relationship. Reviving intimacy is an important aspect of repairing a relationship after infidelity and should be included as a central goal. Both emotional and physical intimacy might have been damaged, and fostering a renewed sense of closeness is critical. Setting goals related to intimacy might include dedicating time to learn about each other's needs, desires, and boundaries. Couples may decide to attend therapy sessions focused on improving their intimate connection, or they might simply set aside time each week to talk openly and vulnerably about their feelings without distractions. Adapting to change is an essential skill when setting new goals. The context of a relationship can shift drastically following an infidelity incident, necessitating flexibility in how partners approach their aspirations. Some pre-affair goals may no longer be relevant or desirable, and thus partners must be open to reevaluating and adjusting their aims. By welcoming change, couples can find new, more fitting paths to walk together. Partners should support each other through these transitions, offering encouragement and understanding as they adjust to their evolving goals. Handling setbacks is another critical area that goals should address. The process of rebuilding is often non-linear, and encountering challenges is to be expected. Both partners must be prepared to deal with potential disappointments or relapses into distrust. Setting goals around resilience and coping strategies can provide a safety net for when times get tough. This might involve defining clear steps to take if one partner begins to feel insecure or if a misunderstanding occurs. Being proactive about such situations can alleviate some of the anxieties associated with rebuilding. Communication plays a pivotal role in the establishment of new goals. Both partners must feel safe and heard when discussing their aspirations. Effective communication involves not only speaking, but also listening attentively and responding empathetically. Goals related to enhancing communication might include attending workshops, reading relevant literature together, or practicing active listening exercises. Improved communication will aid in expressing needs, concerns, and showing appreciation for one another, thus cementing the foundation for mutual trust. Personal growth should be a shared but individually focused goal. After experiencing infidelity, each partner may need to work on themselves, acknowledging personal mistakes and learning how to be a better partner. Goals that encourage personal development also benefit the relationship, such as striving for better self-awareness, an understanding of emotional triggers, and fostering a positive self-image. As individuals become more fulfilled and self-confident, the relationship as a unit stands to gain significantly. Couples must appreciate the importance of balance within their relationships and lives. Balancing work, leisure, social engagements, and family time is crucial in preventing the neglect that might have contributed to the infidelity incident. Goals that promote balance might involve creating a shared calendar or setting boundaries with work to ensure that quality time together is not compromised. By prioritizing their relationship within the broader context of their lives, partners can mitigate the risks of future discontent. Financial stability is a pragmatic goal for many rebuilding relationships. The stress of financial insecurity can exacerbate issues within a relationship, especially one recovering from infidelity. Establishing financial goals such as debt reduction, savings plans, or budgeting for a couple's therapy can relieve some of that pressure. When both partners contribute to financial planning, it creates a sense of teamwork and shared responsibility, integral for a healing relationship. Lastly, joy and shared experiences should be a goal that couples weave into their plans. Enjoying life together reinforces positive feelings and helps forge new, happy memories. Goals geared towards joy might include planning regular adventures, exploring new hobbies together, or simply cultivating an atmosphere of playfulness and laughter in the home. Celebrating achievements, whether they're related to the couple's goals or personal accomplishments, is vital for creating an environment of support and admiration. Structuring a relationship after infidelity around new goals and aspirations provides direction and a sense of purpose. When partners work together towards achieving these goals, they build a framework for a renewed partnership characterized by mutual understanding, growth, and fortified trust. Every step taken towards these objectives represents a brick in the foundation of a revitalized relationship, reflective of both individuals' commitment to not only heal, but thrive together.